Good afternoon! It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking to? What? You really don't know? There's no way you forget after 10 years, right? You can't tell from my name? My name is Christina Stevenson. I am your mother. I actually don't have a mother. Oh, you! Look at you being all stubborn. I raised you for 5 years after I divorced your father, and this is what I get? You forget me? You really are something else. I thought we had a deeper bond. I'm sorry, I don't recall any of that. This is going to be my last response, so goodbye. Wait, hold on. You're not holding a grudge, are you? You must be upset about the whole thing still. Yeah, I guess I can understand. I wanted to apologize to you. That's why I reached out to contact you. It's a little too late for apologies, don't you think? My father and I both have forgot about you and have been enjoying our lives. How could you be so rude? I told you already. I wanted to apologize to you. For 10 years, I've wanted to apologize to you. For 10 years? You must be out of your mind if you think I believe you. You could have done anything sooner, but you didn't, did you? I know that Dad kept reaching out to you, and you just kept ignoring him. Ignoring? No, that's not what I did. I had a lot of things going on too, you know. I hope you understand, okay? What do you mean a lot of things? Tell me one good reason. You apologizing now doesn't change anything anyway. It's not like I can just ignore everything that happened. I will never forget what you've done to me. What? Are you talking about that day I accidentally left you? Accidentally left me? How could you just come up with these lines? You kicked me out of the car while I was bawling and begging you to stop. Then you just drove off like nothing ever happened. I will never forget any of what happened that day. No, that's all a total misunderstanding! It's not a misunderstanding. I walked all the way to Dad, alone. Then some female cop found me and took me to Dad's house. He was surprised too and cried with me. And I will never forget that day, and I will never forgive you. Wait, you hang on just a second. If you're saying that you won't forgive me, fine. I don't care if that's what you want to say for now. But you and I were definitely mother and daughter, whether you like it or not. So what? Why are you trying to pretend to be my mother now? I told you a second ago, but I'll tell you again. I don't have a mother. I live my life thinking that she is dead and long gone. My only parent is my father. You're just some stranger. You can say and think whatever you like, dear. But legally, you can't argue. You cannot just cut ties with me that easily. Okay, and? What exactly are you trying to accomplish with this conversation? Well, after that day I accidentally left you, I studied hard and got a certain certification. I really don't care. Do I have to listen to your stupid story? I'm actually a lawyer now. I did this to prove that I am indeed your mother. Wow, that's cool. I don't really care about the little legal nuggets of knowledge you have to drop on me. You're not my mother, and I will never agree with you. I don't care if you agree with me or not. Fact is fact. Lauren, just admit it already. What are you trying to tell me already? You're beating around the bush too much. Well, actually, Mom has a favor to ask of you, Lauren. A favor? I want you to help your mother. Life has been a little rough, you know. I was doing something about it all on my own, but I got to the point where I can't do anything about it anymore. That sounds tough. You need to find somewhere else to look for help. I can't do that. What do you mean? A child has a responsibility to take care of their parents. Civil Code Chapter 877, Paragraph 1. You have a responsibility to take care of me. Okay, you're still beating around the bush. In other words, you have to take care of me. Till the very end. What? I'm actually impressed by how greedy you can be. That's not gonna happen. Actually, it is going to happen whether you want it to or not. It's decided by law. If you want to reject the idea, I have the power to sue you a large amount of money for damages. You understand? You should probably listen to me before I sue you. You have a duty to take care of your mother financially. Okay, understand? So, that's how it's gonna be. Thanks, Lauren. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna say no, and never. If you want someone to take care of you, just ask your other daughter. What? What? Don't act dumb. You have another daughter. I know it. The one you gave birth to after you left me. You're giving her all your love, right? So, I'm sure she won't mind taking care of you at all. I guess she'll have to wait a few years till she's of legal age to mooch off of, but... What are you talking about? You're my only child. Okay. Stop being coy with me. I guess she would be a sister from a different mister? No, you're wrong. I met her the other day. Yeah, with that non-existent daughter of yours. Huh? It was seriously pure coincidence. Do you know the kind of work that I do? You probably don't know. You never even really gave a crap about the kind of things that I did. Right now, I work as a female cop at a police station. About a month ago, I think. Your daughter was lost and delivered to you by a police officer. You remember that? The officer that handled that whole case was me. I felt like I remembered seeing that girl's mom's number. You really haven't changed for 10 years, have you? When I asked her for her mom's name, it was the same name I had heard 10 years ago, too. My coworker was able to take the case from me, so I didn't have to see you directly, though. And I was trying to forget about our stupid relationship anyway. I did feel really bad for the girl, though. I hope you think about what you've done in jail. What are you talking about? Why are you saying something about jail? Well, you have to arrest criminals, right? That's my job. Criminal? What do you think I am? I'm your mother! It doesn't really matter if you're my mother. A criminal is a criminal. The moment you pretended to be a lawyer, you became a criminal. What? I'm not lying! I really am a lawyer! I'm actually impressed that you're trying to pretend to be a lawyer to a police officer. Can you show me proof then? If you're a real lawyer, it shouldn't be difficult, right? Okay, fine. Here, is that proof enough? I'm a real lawyer. Wow, you're really gonna go there, huh? You really can't be saved, can you? Alright, I'll bite then. If you're a real lawyer, you should be able to tell me your legal code. What union are you with? Which round of state certified bar exam did you graduate with? Hello? Cat got your tongue? Are you Googling it right now? It won't help you. Even if you manage to scrounge together something to submit as proof, if I search your full name in our state records, I can find your information real quick. Or I guess I will find a distinct lack of information, huh? Okay, fine, I'm sorry. I won't tell you to support me anymore, okay? So please let this go. We're parent and child, right? You can let this go, right? I really wasn't planning to blow this out of proportion like this. You haven't done anything that is worthy of calling yourself my parent. I don't know how you're able to talk to me after all these years. When you were getting divorced, Dad paid for my college tuition all at once to make sure that I could go to college. He even paid for child support at once. I heard it was twice of the market prices, though. It was when I was 10 and I graduated at 22, so... if you think about it, it was 12 years worth of child support. You used all that up in about 5 years? Actually, maybe you used it up sooner than that. 2 years after the divorce, and you stopped buying me clothes entirely. Of course, you didn't give me an allowance. Sometimes you didn't even feed me. What are you talking about? Your memory is all wrong, dear. I made sure to raise you well. What are you talking about? Did you lie too much that you started to warp reality? You used to always tell me you took me for the money, and the money only. That you didn't really want to take care of me at all. Then you got tired of raising me, so you dumped me off in the middle of nowhere that day. No, that's not true! I really accidentally left you there! Ugh, I don't understand how you accidentally kick your child from the car and leave her. Why didn't you come pick me up? I feel like your story doesn't make any sense. There's also no reason for you to leave me in the middle of nowhere either. And finally, there's no reason you should ever drive off when your daughter isn't even in the car. Hey, why don't we calm down and talk about it, huh? Let's meet up in person and talk. We're family. We should talk in person and not over text like this. You won't know the kind of feelings I have over some text on a screen. Hey, I was just joking around a little bit, right? You should understand. Of course I won't understand. I didn't understand anything about you from the moment you divorced Dad. I didn't understand a single thing. Dad didn't even tell me why you two got a divorce either. I remember though, my memory is faded a little bit, but you brought some random man into your house, didn't you? Okay, fine. I won't get involved with you anymore. So let's just let the past be past, okay? It was a terrible misunderstanding that made everything go the wrong way, okay? That's it. I don't need anything else, okay? Help me out for a little bit, okay? What was it you said? It doesn't matter what you think. Fact is fact. This is literally case in point. I will decide if I want to let things go or not. I told you that I will never forgive you. Just like that day that you left me in the middle of nowhere and didn't save me. I will never save you either. Afterwards, I reported the fact that my mother lied about being a lawyer, and even sent me proof of her fraudulent credentials. She was arrested a few days later with numerous pieces of evidence. On top of pretending to be a lawyer, she even threatened me, so the whole thing was deemed as incredibly malignant, and she was sentenced with no chance of parole. I'm not sure if she's remorseful at all, but she's in prison now. Her daughter, that would technically be my sister, is currently living with her father. I'm sure she will never see her or my mother again. I think that she probably doesn't like me after this whole thing. The day she left me was the reason that I became a female police officer. The female police officer that saved me that day talked to me while I was wandering the streets at night. She gave me a big hug to calm me down. While she was taking me to my father's house, she would calm me down and I couldn't stop crying the whole way home. I still remember it all vividly. I knew I wanted to be like this person. I wanted to help people. Since then, I have made my dreams reality. After I became an officer, I met the woman that saved me when I was a child. She said she remembered me well. When I told her that I came this far because of her, she told me that it was my turn to give hope and dreams to another little lost soul. I haven't had any chance to work with that officer yet, but I'm going to do everything I can to fulfill my duties as a police officer.
Hey, Aiden, are you in today?
Hey, Vicky, yeah, I'm just about to head into the restaurant to start the food prep. Was there something you wanted?
Actually, yeah, there was. I was thinking that we should really try and spice the menu up a little bit, you know? Try and bring in some new customers and keep the regulars we have. I think our current menu is just a bit bland and boring at the minute.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. Although, actually, I've been thinking of adding a couple new items to the menu. There are a few things that I've been wanting to try out for quite a while now. Like, what do you think of maybe a vegetarian chicken style option?
Vegetarian? Seriously? We want proper food, not some fake stuff that no one's going to even buy. I mean, that's just going to be a complete waste of money if we add that to the menu.
Well, not really. There are a lot of vegetarians in the world, and it's only becoming more common. By putting a couple of vegetarian options on our menu, we'll open ourselves up to a whole new clientele base, bringing in quite a lot of money.
It's a stupid gimmick that people are only following whilst they think it's cool. It'll blow over soon enough, and I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of useless fake meat produce that will simply go out of date and cost us a load of money that we don't see anything back from.
I really don't think that'll happen.
Look, I'm the boss here, and what I say goes. I don't want any stupid vegetarian things popping up on my menu. Understand?
Yeah, okay. I get it. Sorry.
Good. Now, in regards to the new menu items, Leon actually had a few suggestions that I think sound very good.
Oh, are you sure about letting him choose the menu like that?
What do you mean by that? Don't you think my son is capable of knowing what tastes good?
It's not that, it's just, I spent years training at culinary school to become a good chef, and in doing so, I've developed a more refined palate and knowledge of what foods go well together and how they'll taste. Leon doesn't really have that. I mean, he eats toast covered in just sugar. That's not really a great combination, especially for a restaurant.
Listen, you might have been working for my restaurant for the last few years, but that doesn't give you the right to try and do things however you want. If I say that my son's menu ideas are good, then I expect you to agree with me and find a way to incorporate them into our menu, okay? Sure, there might be a few things that you need to refine, but I don't want you messing with the core recipe.
You do know it's my job as head chef to cook good food, right?
Your job as head chef is to cook the food that I tell you, nothing else.
Okay, fine. What are the recipes?
Okay, so one of them is called a garbage plate.
A what?
Well, it's basically just a bunch of food stacked all together on one plate, like macaroni and cheese, sushi, maple fried bacon, fried chicken, and a steak. Something like that.
That sounds disgusting. Not to mention that no one will want to order all that food. It's way too much for someone to eat on their own.
Well, Leon thinks it will be a big seller, so we're going to do it.
Fine. Anything else?
Yeah, Spam sushi. Leon thinks that will go down well too.
Uh-huh. Of course he does.
And a dessert he thought of was pistachio and jalapeno ice cream on top of a white chocolate melted cookie.
Sounds... yeah.
Just make sure you prep it. I want to come and give it a try later.
Whatever you say, boss.
Okay, what on earth was that, Aiden?
What was what?
All of that food you had me eat? What were you thinking? It tasted disgusting.
Hang on, that was everything you asked me to prepare for you. I followed Leon's instructions to the letter, and that was the result. I tried to warn you that it would be revolting, but you were adamant that I make it. You can't blame me for the disaster that it was.
No way it was Leon's fault. When he made me the same dishes at home, they tasted much better. You must have gotten the recipes wrong. And you call yourself a top-rated chef.
I am a very good chef, thank you very much. I've managed your restaurant going on 8 years now, and all of the customers that I've cooked for have loved my food. There's hardly been a complaint the entire time that I've been here.
You're probably just hiding all of the complaints from me so that you look better than you actually are.
No, I'm really not. Just like I'm not gonna make Leon's questionable dishes and put them on the menu. There's just no way this is gonna be well received by customers. If anything, it'll just make your restaurant look amateur and drive away anyone who might have wanted to eat here.
What would you know of running a restaurant? All you do is stand in the back and put some chicken on a grill. It's really not that hard. I bet Leon could do it easily. You just make a fuss over nothing to try and make it seem like you are doing more than you actually are. It's pathetic.
Oh wow, is that what you really think? And my job is so simple that even your fool of a son could do it. Have you even met Leon? He's a lazy brat who doesn't care about anything but what he wants.
Don't talk about my son like that. He's just as talented as you, if not more so. In fact, you're fired.
What?
You heard me. Frankly, your cooking skills aren't all that great, and in all honesty, I think my son would be a much better chef than you. He is innovative, adventurous, and knows what tastes good. Unlike you, who's just content to churn out the same boring food as every other restaurant about. I want food that is new and exciting. You can't deliver that, and your attitude is rubbish too. So I think it's best that you leave.
Very well, if that's what you want. But I've got to let you know that if you let me go now, then I won't be coming back. No matter what.
Yeah, that's kind of the point when you get fired. I don't want you to come back.
Do you really think that Leon's gonna be able to handle the kitchen and all of the responsibilities that come with it? All the preparations, dealing with the staff, and the pressure of making hundreds of meals a night?
He'll be just fine. I mean, you did it, so how hard can it be?
Alright, well, I did try to warn you.
Whatever. Just don't bother showing up tonight.
I wasn't planning to.
Aiden, how could you do this to me?
Vicky? How come you're messaging me?
Don't try and act all innocent. I know what you've done.
I honestly have no clue what you're on about. I've not done anything.
Oh, so this article trashing my restaurant isn't your doing at all? Neither are all of the bad reviews that have oh so conveniently flooded my restaurant's business pages only days after you left?
No, none of that has anything to do with me.
I find that difficult to believe. You're just trying to get back at me for firing you. But to make up a fake food review under a false name, that is just going too far. I mean, I could sue you for slander. In fact, I might just do that.
Food review?
Yeah, your review under the name Chris Biggins? What a stupid fake name as well. What, you couldn't come up with a better one?
Vicky, Chris Biggins is a real food critic. He does anonymous drop-ins to restaurants and reviews them without them knowing. That way he can gauge how good the restaurant and its food are without the owners knowing and putting on a fake display.
What?
Yeah, he's also known for being brutally honest in his reviews. If he likes your food, he'll say so, and if it's rubbish, he'll also let you know that too. He's known for being reliable in his evaluations, so a lot of people trust his reviews.
But then, if he's a real person, why did he give my restaurant such a poor review?
What did he say?
Well, he said that the waitstaff were all rude, and that the styling of the restaurant was weird and unwelcoming, which I don't get because Leon said it was chic and modern and that everyone would love the new style. But the worst thing was that the critics said the food was inedible. He claimed that after just one bite, he felt like he was going to throw up. Since then, there have been fewer and fewer customers coming to the restaurant. Even before the critic, I started getting complaints, asking where the old chef had gone and why. Everything's going downhill.
I did try to warn you, Leon's food wasn't innovative, it was just weird and disgusting. No one wants to eat stuff like that, especially if you're paying for it.
You've got to help me. I need you to come back. Like, today. Plus, I need you to do a complete new menu, because Leon's messed up my old one and created a new one of things he likes. Preferably, I need you to do that today as well, so that we can start to draw customers back in. I'll expect you at the restaurant around 2 so that you can prep and get things ready.
Whoa, I'm not coming back, Vicky.
What? But you have to. I'm your boss.
Actually, you stopped being my boss the moment you fired me.
It doesn't work like that. Even if I fired you for the time being, you're still expected to show up when I need you to do something.
No, actually, it doesn't work like that. I told you that if you fired me, then I wouldn't be coming back.
But why not?
Did you honestly think that other places wouldn't hire me? I'm an exceptional chef and lots of people recognize that. I had had so many offers to come and work for other people, but I turned them all down because I was working for you at the time and wanted to help you out, as I saw you were struggling. But after you acted so vile towards me, I saw no reason to stick around. I'm now working at a Michelin star restaurant where my food and my abilities are actually appreciated.
But I need a chef.
Well, that's your problem now, not mine. Why not get Leon to do it? Surely it's not that difficult a job, right?
But you know what you're doing and everything. It's too much for Leon. He doesn't take it seriously. Half of the time, he doesn't even show up.
Sorry, but I'm not going back to work somewhere where I'm treated horribly and degraded for my skills. I'm happy where I am and get treated with the respect I deserve. Good luck with your restaurant. However, I would appreciate it if you didn't contact me again. Thank you, and goodbye, Vicky.
Wait, Aiden.
After that, I didn't hear from Vicky again. The last I heard, her restaurant went out of business as she couldn't find anyone willing to become her new head chef, especially after the Food Critics review came out. As for me, I continued working at the Michelin-starred restaurant until I'd saved up enough money to open up my own restaurant, which had always been my dream. I was treated with respect and my ideas were always taken seriously. It just goes to show that in order to keep your employees, you need to treat them right. After all, they're the ones who keep a business running at the end of the day, and without them, nothing can be done.